AI systems can expose PHI in new ways, through leaked prompts, unsafe outputs, exposed logs, vendor failures, or unauthorized access. In this lesson, we'll translate HIPAA breach rules into practical response workflows. Detect, contain, investigate, document, and notify. We've already built the compliance foundation, mapping AI systems, tracing data flows, classifying AI risks, and applying HIPAA safeguards. Now we shift from prevention to response. What to do when PHI exposure, unauthorized access, or AI misuse actually occurs. I changes HIPAA incident response because PHI may appear in places traditional playbooks miss. Prompts, embeddings, training sets, logs, outputs, and vendor tools. The first task is classification. Is this a security incident, an impermissible disclosure, or a reportable breach? That answer drives containment, evidence preservation, legal review, and notification timing. Effective response brings security, privacy, compliance, vendors, and AI product owners together early before key facts are lost. A practical response starts by classifying the scenario. Did PHI enter the AI system through a prompt file or integration? Did it come back out in an unsafe response? Was the issue caused by access control, vendor processing, system design, or a deliberate attack? This taxonomy matters because each path has different evidence sources, containment steps, notification triggers, and owners. Classification turns confusion into a repeatable workflow. Prompt incidents often begin with ordinary use. A clinician pastes context into a chatbot, extension, copilot, or support tool. The response is to trace the data path. Was PHI stored, logged, retained, exported, or viewed? Check prompt history, audit logs, telemetry, traces, and debug records. Then contain the issue without destroying evidence. Disable risky logging, revoke access, quarantine records, rotate credentials, and suspend integrations. Preserve first, then decide breach scope. Unauthorized model access is not limited to someone opening a database. An attacker may reach PHI through inference endpoints, RAG retrieval, embeddings, plugins, or admin tools. Investigators should trace identities, API keys, service accounts, tokens, roles, and query patterns. Look for excessive calls, stolen credentials, privilege abuse, or extraction attempts. Containment may require revoking tokens, shutting endpoints, isolating networks, and tightening access controls while determining whether PHI was viewed, inferred, or exfiltrated. Consider a care coordinator who receives an AI summary containing another patient's diagnosis. Treat that output as a potential PHI disclosure, not just a model error. Capture the exact response, recipient, session, source records, and response IDs. Then trace how it happened. Retrieval permissions, prompt context, misrouted data, user input, or memorized training content. Finally, assess breach risk and apply fixes such as filtering, access segmentation, stronger RAG checks, or human review. Vendor incidents require a fast contractual and factual review. First, confirm whether the vendor is a business associate and whether the BAA covers the AI activity at issue. Then gather evidence. PI involved, systems touched, access logs, timelines, containment steps, and root cause. Also ask whether subcontractors, offshore teams, model training, or secondary uses were involved. From there, coordinate notification responsibilities, preserve records, and make sure remediation is reflected in contract follow-up. Start the breach assessment by defining the event, who may be affected, what PHI elements were involved, and which systems, models, users, vendors, and time window matter. Then determine whether PHI was acquired, viewed, disclosed, exported, retained, or made available. I adds model-specific evidence, prompts, outputs, training data, logs, and downstream access. Mitigation matters, but it needs proof. Confirm deletion, revoke access, contain exposure, collect attestations, and document why notification is or is not required. In a HIPAA breach review, the question is not simply, was PHI involved? The question is, how much risk the disclosure created? With AI, that analysis depends on technical proof. What data entered the system? Who could access it? Was it viewed, retained, exported, or used in model output? What was done to contain it? Logs, prompt histories, model traces, and vendor attestations help turn uncertainty into a defensible breach determination. Once a breach is confirmed as reportable, the clock is running. Affected individuals must be notified without unreasonable delay and no later than 60 calendar days after discovery. HSS must also be notified, with breaches affecting 500 or more people receiving greater public visibility. If more than 500 residents in a state or jurisdiction are affected, media notice may be required. The notice must explain what happened, the PHI involved, protective steps, response actions, and contact information, without revealing more PHI. Incidents cross normal organizational boundaries, so response cannot sit with one team. Security contains the event, preserves logs, and determines technical exposure. Privacy decides whether PHI was involved and leads the HIPAA breach analysis. And engineering teams trace prompts, retrieval sources, model behavior, and data pipelines. Legal and vendor teams manage contracts, regulators, and third parties. Executive coordination keeps decisions aligned, timelines clear, and communications consistent under pressure. An incident is not truly closed until the organization can prove its facts and reasoning. For AI involving PHI, that means capturing the timeline, affected systems, PHI scope, individuals impacted, decisions, approvals, and remediation. Preserve the technical trail as well: logs, prompts, outputs, access records, API traces, configurations, and vendor reports. Finally, document the breach assessment rationale, including notification decisions, and tie corrective actions back to controls, training, and the risk register. PHI training cannot be one size fits all. Each role sees different risks and different warning signs. Clinicians need safe prompting, approved tool use, patient communication, and escalation. Developers and data scientists need discipline around datasets, logs, embeddings, testing, and debugging. Administrators and security teams focus on access, monitoring, integrations, triage, and containment. Compliance, privacy, and legal teams prepare for breach assessment, documentation, notification triggers, and evidence review. The goal is simple: practice the scenarios each role will actually face. Aware HIPAA response brings the pieces together. Identify PHI risks, scope the breach, coordinate vendors, notify when required, and train each role to act quickly. The goal is a defensible workflow, not guesswork. Next, we extend this mapping discipline into GDPR and automated decisioning.